Everybody, welcome back. I am Tom, the Sunday Dinner Chef. On today, Sunday Appetizers, let's dive into this one here. This is going to be really nice.
The Sunday Dinner Chef will make you feel fine. Sit down, let's have a drink and enjoy the show.
Well, today's appetizer is going to be a pork tenderloin. Now, normally, appetizers go way back to 300 BC, and that was basically for to tantalize you a little bit before your meal. Okay, so it has evolved even back in the 19th century. The French came up with the word hors d'oeuvre. Okay, so what we're going to be doing right now is we're going to be making a little bit of these pork tenderloins, but we're going to make them into almost like a Parmesan, but these like in bite-sized pieces, okay, so that you can eat them right from a tray, or you can sit down. Now, appetizers have evolved to today's standards, and it's usually what they do is they'll do an appetizer that is part of the menu. In other words, this right here, pork tenderloin, Parmesan would probably be on the menu for a dinner with side dishes like pasta or a vegetable or something like that. This is like to tantalize you a little bit to see, yeah, maybe that's what you want. Okay, let's get going. All right, I'm going to slice up a little tomato here. That's going to go part of it. All right, try to get them nice bite-sized pieces. This is actually the size of the appetizer that I want to make. So also this is going to have some. I'm going to use some fire roasted tomatoes with this. I'm going to put that over here like that. Might slice them up a little bit more. And then let me get the rag and clean this up here. And then for garnish, I'm going to make, in with the sauce, I'm going to make a little bit of green onions. Okay. I'm going to slice these very, very thin. And also I got to chop up some garlic. So this is going to be a Parmesan style appetizer. Okay, people really love it, especially Americans really love Parmesan. I mean, chicken, veal was the original, and it's American. It really is very, not too many times you see it in Italy itself. Just knocked all them all over the place. And the greener parts I'm going to use of this onion here for the garnish. Okay, so here is sauce that Marie takes, and she puts it in a pie dish, okay, aluminum pie dish, sticks it in the freezer, okay, and this is what comes out like this. We then put it in the vacuum sealer. We had 2 of them in there, and that's the sauce you see right here. Now this is the fire roasted tomatoes. I'm going to add in the onion, a little bit of tomato, and I'm going to crush some garlic up into it to enhance the flavor of that sauce. Add in the green onions. Now I've been using a lot of green onions lately because, like I said before, some of the regular onions, yellow onions, white onions, okay, the sweet onions, Vidalias, all. I get them from the store. I bring them home, and they turn soft on me. So I don't know how long they're sitting in the store, but do away with it. Go to the next option, and that happens to be scallions. 88 cents for 2 of them. And that's how we roll. Okay, 3 cloves of garlic I'm going to be putting in here. Now this is very simple. I mean, I remember doing this back in the restaurant as far as what we had for the night. Okay, if we had veal going on, if we cut up a lot of shoulder or whatever, with veal, we would make an appetizer out of it just to bring people around to giving it a try, okay? So a lot of times in the restaurant, what they would do is they would get their salad, get their appetizer, and then order, okay? So that was kind of a unique setup they had, especially at the Yankee Clipper where I worked there. It was considered fine dining, and they let people really take their time with it. So, okay, I'm going to squeeze this in here. Always use the back of your knife. Clean off the garlic, and then I just open it up and put the rest of it in there. That's going to go back on the stove. Okay, drop in some eggs. Get them in.
Well, it's Sunday in the summer. The dinner chef has to wonder. A full dinner could be a bummer. Appetizers are the answer. Keep it simple with no disasters. Sunday dinner appetizers. Great choice and much wiser. Kick back with no stress. Keep an eye on the Sunday dinner chef. Whoa, whoa, the dinner chef. Well, it's Sunday in the summer. The dinner chef has to wonder. A full dinner could be a bummer. Appetizers are the answer. Keep it simple with no disasters. Sunday dinner appetizers. Great choice and much wiser. Kick back with no stress. Keep an eye on the Sunday dinner chef. Whoa, love dinner chef.
And they come 2 in a pack. If you use both of them, you slice them up on a bias. You would saute them up, bread them, egg them, bread them, flour them, I should say. And then you would cook them up and they would get stacked, okay? Same way with, if you did eggplant, the same way. So that's basically how Parmesan was created. All right, let's go. Okay, so what I do is I flour them, then I egg them, and then I flour them again. And I'm gonna put these off to the side here. Also, I'm gonna put this one in the middle. Flour them, put them through the dredge, okay? And back into the flour again. Now that gives me a good coating on here. It's not gonna fall off. And that's just the way I was taught. You can do it any other way you want. All right, into the oil. Now this oil today happens to be pork lard. All right, relax, take it easy. I'm using pork lard because, number one, if you would do any kind of beef, all right, you would use beef tallow. So there's really nothing wrong with pork lard. You gotta just watch to make sure that it's made with no trans fats in it, okay? Other than that, it is really good to use, okay? Much cheaper. I was using avocado and olive oil to the point now where it is just ridiculous, okay? For a small bottle of avocado oil, okay, it's almost $30. Some olive oils that I've been using, okay, they are $25 or more, and that's for a small bottle, okay? So you gotta adjust. You exactly have got to adjust to what you're doing, especially do what I do, okay? Cooking, trying to show people how to make certain things, but you got to do it on a budget now, okay? This is kind of crazy. So, all right, so I'm gonna get the rest of these coated, and we'll be back. Okay, on this little tray right here, what I'm gonna do is, smell that. My God. The garlic, the little bit of tomato that I put in here, some of the green onion. What an aroma, especially coming from fire roasted tomatoes. I love them, I really do. So I'm going to add a little sauce to the bottom here. I put a little bit of olive oil on the foil here. Now this is going to go in to a toaster oven. I'm not going to put these in the oven because it is 113 outside, and I'm not going to go there. So, okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start taking some of the pork, lay it right down on here. I'm probably going to go too high with this because it is a really good appetizer. And the whole showcase right here is the pork. And why you should have this appetizer and then turn around and guess what? Order the pork parmesan. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of tomato. A little bit of tomato here. Now put one more over here. One more there. And then I'm going to put some block mozzarella. Let me get this put up on here the right way. This is so delicious because this is going to melt down. Like I said, this is going to go into a toaster oven, okay? And we're going to put this right up on top. Now, I mean, it's nice and crunchy. Don't be afraid to use lard. Lard is much, much, much better than any kind of seed oil, vegetable oil, anything of that nature. Okay. It is rendered down. There is no trans fats in it. Okay. And it's really good. It's heart healthy for you. So I'm going to put a little bit of. Let's get over here. I got the boss watching. I don't make any messes. I'm going to put this up on here. Here. Now this is fairly easy to make, so especially with pork tenderloin, you can make it with chicken. You cut chicken up nice and small. You can pound it out. Do it the same way. If you're having dinner guests, this is a great starter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit more on top here. I'm going to put this on the high temperature inside of the toaster oven, okay? And it's almost like going into a broiler. All I want to do is melt the cheese because everything else is pretty much cooked. All right, let's do it. One thing I forgot to tell you that I'm adding on here is some roasted red pepper with some garlic. This is my favorite go-to right here. All right, so here it is. We're going to see if we can put this in to the toaster oven, and we'll be eating in a little bit. Okay, they're out of the toaster oven. Worked out pretty well. So now what I got to do is I got to get it off this little tin right here, which should be no problem. Make sure I pick it up the right way. I'm going to stick one in that corner right there. And then we're going to take the other one. Stick it in that corner right there. The smells are like unbelievable. I know I say that all the time, but I got to tell you, this baby right here is absolutely delicious. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more green on here. Now you can finish this any way you want. You can finish this with some Parmesan cheese. You can just leave it plain. This is the way I like it right here. This is Marie's plate. And what we're going to do now is we're going to sit down and have a nice Sunday appetizer that you can make at home from pork tenderloin. This was very cost effective, and I got to tell you what, great Sunday appetizer. All right, everybody, check back next Sunday for another Sunday appetizer. I'm Tom, the Sunday Dinner Chef. Stay safe.
The Sunday Dinner Chef will always care for you.